Hello everyone, welcome to the From the Void podcast, a show all about Eternal and our experiences with the game. With me, finally, after the long, strenuous, no, maybe not strenuous for Bassoon, you're back, man! How are you?
Welcome, I'm happy to be back for the first canonical episode of From the Void podcast. Everything you did without me is non-canon, it doesn't count, it's extracurricular. I had a good vacation. I'm well rested and I'm raring to go. I pretty much only, while I played over the holidays, pretty much only came in and got my pack and left. So I feel fresh, I feel spry, I feel young, I feel limber. And I'm ready to get back to my punts and my rage.
I'm looking forward to it. It was even though we kept the podcast going, I still missed having you on and just we can't replace you. You got to be here, man. So you're unique. You're special, and so
you did great without me. You're a professional. You're blossoming from from a talented young man to a true professional that I see before me now, and it's just been a joy to watch all year.
That means the episodes are going smoother. That's all it means.
But enough about us.
Yes.
Today.
Who do we have, Bassoon?
Oh my god. I want to make sure that I build this up appropriately and correctly.
The floor is yours.
One of the foremost competitive minds in Eternal's history. If I had to sit down and make a list of the top 5 all-time competitive Eternal players, this person would be on it and would be in contention for being even higher than 5. This person was playing 3-color mid-range decks before it was appropriate or acceptable to do that. He is a decorated Magic the Gathering player, from what I hear. I'm not really plugged into that scene. He is a noted caller-outer of my mistakes on my stream. Today, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Eternal Titans, Mouche the Card Gamer. Hello, Mouche. How are you doing?
I so hesitated to ruin the build-up.
You didn't appreciate that? What you got there?
It was great. That's why I didn't.
Oh. Is that the?
I'm so happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here as well.
Yeah,
fresh off of like a decent ETS Worlds run. What'd you get, like 5th?
Something like that. Top 8.
Yeah, top 8, that's all that matters. What are you going to do with your mouse pad?
Put it over the other one.
You just have like you have a bunch of mouse pads at this point, right? Is your mouse pad stack like just meters high? I said meters because you're French.
No, I only collected one of each. Different kinds.
Oh, you just don't mail in and make Magikarp send you the other ones?
Yeah. I tried to make him send an extra copy to someone else, but I don't think it got there.
Wow. At Magikarp, at MitchGross1 on Twitter, please. Tell Magikarp to send Mouche's mousepad. He deserves it.
Yes.
I think also one last note about your incredible and prestigious accomplishments. I think you are the all-time ETS points earner right now. Is that correct?
Maybe.
Maybe.
He doesn't even care.
Oh man. Not sure if he doesn't care or if that's humility. Not sure.
I just like playing tournaments, and I don't. I look sometimes, but I don't care that much about it.
Yes. So it's just getting top 8s or winning. That's what matters. I totally get that. So, and you said you come from. I guess we'll get that a little bit later because I want to ask you about your Magic the Gathering background because I come from that background as well. But let's move into how our weeks were. Bassoon, you started streaming again, right? This past week.
Yeah, I've done a couple streams this year. I just did a couple of shorter streams. I forgot how kind of mentally taxing it is. I was getting into a groove towards the end of 2018 where I was doing 6-hour, 7-hour streams. And both times I've streamed in the new year, I got to 4 hours and was ready to just tap out. I was so done. I was so over it. But I'm building back up. It's all a muscle you work on. This is not Eternal related, but it does affect my stream and my my interactions with other humans. I'm trying really, really hard to like eat healthier and like really change my diet this year, and it has made me so grumpy. I'm such a douchebag all the time. I yelled at a magnet for falling off my fridge. I'm just so mad all the time. I just want to eat French fries and die at 40, please.
Oh man,
that magnet deserved it.
What'd you say?
That magnet deserved it.
that
I
magnet.
can't believe that guy is not adhesing to my refrigerator.
Why did you have to fall right in front of you?
I guess I can see it right now. If your wife's in the other room, also you start yelling at a magnet and just like she
came into the room because she thought something was seriously wrong.
That's man.
No, I just want to make my sandwich in peace.
Nah.
Okay, so
yes.
if in the near future, dear viewers and co-hosts and guests, if I snap at you, if I'm mean to you, it's I blame my rumbly tummy. So
Or the magnets.
or magnets, how do they work?
Yes. So Moosh, how was your weekend, Eternal?
My week in Eternal was how to put it? Non-existent.
Non-existent.
You don't even log in and get your packs anymore, Moosh?
I haven't played in 2 weeks, I think.
You're a tournament grinder only.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of ladder experience compared to tournament experience, so I tend to focus on tournaments.
Ladder is incredibly frustrating sometimes.
Yeah.
The why would I play around harsh rule into why did they play harsh rule combo is one of the most infuriating things in this game's history. Yes. I lost on ladder yesterday to somebody playing Oni Ronin, Rakano Outlaw, and multiple Starsteel dice shows in the same deck.
What? What? Okay. I'm trying to comprehend that. Yeah. I just can't. Okay, that just screams like bad deck building. Anyway,
that's wild, dude. I don't know. Somebody has a W and I'm holding an L. So
that is true. Maybe yeah. I know. I feel like with ranked, if you just play enough games, you'll eventually hit masters. That type of thing. If your deck is just like halfway decent, you will.
Yeah. Anybody who has a 35 or higher % win rate will get masters at some point.
Yeah,
but
enough games.
The issue is not to get there. The issue is how much time it takes. Like, and
yeah, for sure.
To me, at least, the fact that when I grind for ladder, I don't feel like I'm playing for something meaningful.
Yeah, have you already gotten your top 100 finish?
No.
That's meaningful, Moosh. What are you doing?
The ladder has meaning.
I don't know, I start playing by the end of the month, and just...
Alright.
Yes, so,
just hit a bad streak.
Just do me a favor and hit top 100 at least once. You are good enough and you deserve to be in the ladder showdown tournament that Direwolf is putting on.
Well, I did it in draft, so...
Well, they're different tournaments.
Still, he can still make it to the championship, so it's all good.
He's gonna.
He's gonna. But
he needs that push. He needs that BassoonBuffoon cheerleading to get him there.
Gotcha. See.
I get there for DHS.
Okay, good.
Okay, my weekend, Eternal. I'm in Diamond right now. I just been kind of like messing around with decks and just kind of see what feels right. Like for me, it's like to make that final push like every month from Diamond to Masters. I just have to have a deck that kind of like gels with me. Otherwise, I gotta have fun with it. If I'm not having fun, then there's like not really motivation to push. And so
it is a video game.
It is a video game. So I gotta find what I like, and then to get my sweet premium legendary at the end of the month. So there's my motivation, and also messing around different decks for the show and other such things. But that's been my week. It's been good. It's been fun. It's been okay. It's Eternal. All right, let's move into the news. News has been pretty light this week. We did have some stuff that has come up that we're going to talk about, but other than those things, it's been pretty light. We had the new chapter Chapter 26, Burning Hope. So if you go on direwolfdigital.com, go to the Eternal, go to the news, you can read about the net. If you like the lore, you can read about the story.
Do you two read these?
I do.
You do?
I do. I like the lore, man. I don't want to
shit on the company for doing it. Somebody's enjoying doing it, and that's cool. And I like that it exists, and I like that people like it. I have literally never one time in my whole life read one of those from top to bottom.
Well, the Manted Man, he does a lore YouTube video, so you don't have to read anything, and you can just listen to it, and he explains everything, like all the, so it's pretty good. He does some really good stuff. So if you want to know more about the lore of Eternal, check out the Manted Man. He has a YouTube series called The Oath Book. Go check that out.
Does that have its own channel, or is that on Team Ringstar's channel?
I believe it's the own channel. I believe it's the Oath Book channel. So,
okay.
Yeah, at Manted Man on Twitter. You can tweet at him and ask him about it too, but he'll respond. He's a great guy, but I believe it's his own YouTube channel. If not, it's on Team Ringstars, but I'm pretty sure he did his own. So,
Moosh, are you a lore guy? Do you like lore?
Well, I like it, but I'm not a lore guy.
What's the difference? If you like lore, you're a lore guy.
Like, I like hearing about stories, but I don't actively look for them.
So you're not reading the chapters, but you are you'll listen to Manted Man talk about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, good talk.
Good talk.
Who's your favorite character lore-wise?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, this is the hard-hitting burner questions. We're putting our guests on the spot. I'm sorry, the hard-hitting journalism in 2019. That's what I'm about.
This is exactly what it is.
What a shark. I don't really know.
All right. We'll come back to it at the end of the episode.
So you have to think about it, okay? You have to think about it because we want to know what your favorite lore character is.
Yeah. I want that From the Void scoop, From the Void exclusive.
That the first.
No, I have to read the lore while we're doing this.
Can we just get like a 6-hour recess for this podcast so we can all just go read the lore books?
Go do it. Actually, if you listen to the YouTube series that Manted Man does, we can be back in about an hour and a half. So there you go.
All right, you shill. Go to the next topic.
Okay.
Is Manted Man paying us to do this?
He's now an official sponsor. So anyway, let's go on to the next thing. The ETS, the Eternal Tournament Series, had their Season 1 Week 1 this past weekend. Or I think it was, this past weekend. And the decks in the top 8 are, we had some people by Team Ringstar, we had Seek Power Gaming, The Great Parliament, Owls and Dragons, and Prismatic Conclave were some of the teams represented in the top 8. Anything stick out with you in the top 8? We had quite a few FJS decks in there. That was going to happen. It's just a good deck. With the new set, it just made it more powerful. But do you see anything, Travis, that you see? Then I'm sorry, Bassoon, do you see anything? Or and Moosh, did you see anything in the top? Everyone,
you just doxed me.
I know. I'm sorry. Now everyone's going to find you and hound you. Wait, they already hound you, so never mind. Okay.
Yeah. Travis is a much better human name than Bassoon. It's totally fine.
Yes.
I mean, the ETS is always just pretty representative of what ladder is going to look like. I think that's what's most useful about looking at these top 8 lists, is to like at least get like a somewhat of a snapshot of like what your ladder experience could maybe look like. Mm-hmm. I like the Rankstar FJS deck. I think it's a powerful deck if that's something you are, especially if you into a Peaks meta. I think it's useful and good. I really like the deck that a few guys from SPG brought. The Fire Time Primal deck with Zalchi. In our team chat we have renamed that deck Zalcheeks, portmanteau of Zalchi and Peaks. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's hard to find the real meta breakers after week 1. So usually really early after an expansion, ETS results are mostly just like, oh, this is good and it still is good. Cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After like, go ahead, Moosh.
I think there's one thing to note is the 32 torches in the top 8.
So let's do some quick math on stream. 4 times 8 is 32. Okay, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I hadn't noticed that before. That's interesting. So that quote unquote torch nerf was just huge for the game, huh?
Yes. It's
Well, it really is a good thing that they did, because, sides would be way worse without that. Obviously.
I think if they hadn't changed torch, literally every side is unplayable.
I agree.
Not sure about every side, but yeah, like most of the sides all the sides that die to torch would be unplayable.
Yeah.
Like Peak would probably still be good enough.
People would complain about Peak a lot less.
Yeah, I mean the reason like
Sure.
a lot of sites are still not being played is Rizon is just because it can hit sites and you get a body. It's just like because most sites you have to play a little bit later on, but I think that's just holding it back to you. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, there you go.
That's fine. I don't mind that sites have counterplay.
Yeah, I don't mind either. I think it's a good thing that there is some things just but I mean
The fact that the counterplay isn't a 1-cost spell that's a 4 of in every fire deck is great, though.
yeah, no, I totally agree because we would not see them. It would just be like, oh, sites were kind of useless, or all sites had to have 4 armor. You know, that would have to. It would either have to be one of those things if Torch wasn't changed. So, anyway, that is that. Any last words on the? Go ahead.
Alternative would be sides being cheaper for what they do.
Possibly,
yeah. So that's how you balance it. Is you don't have to wait till 6 to play your Howling Peaks.
For sure. All right, that's it for the news. Do you want to talk about the balance changes for our topic, or do you want to talk about it now? And so,
these are good. Yeah, I like it. These changes are welcome and good in my opinion.
And bring them up.
I'm a little sad that the Genev Merchant nerf. So it was a nerf from a 3/2 to a 2/2. It hits a lot of decks. Like R.I.P. Enrosh. We'll never hear from him again. But Enrosh, the progenitor and innovator behind 8 Merchant Skycrag aggro. So I'm really sad about what that means for decks like Scream and decks like Skycrag aggro. But for the most part, I think that Gen of Merchant in particular was a little overtuned. So I am comfortable and okay with the nerf.
Mouche, what do you think?
Yeah, I think those nerfs are fine. Like, I think there are 2 key aspects about merchants. Those are the body itself and the merchant ability. And usually, I think you'd want the merchants to have a good body, like to have a relevant body at least for their cost, and just hurting that without hurting the merchant ability is kind of an interesting nerf.
We were doing kind of a thought experiment on my stream the other day. Somebody in chat asked, what if every merchant was a 1/1? Would they still be played? And I think every deck that already runs a merchant would still play merchants if they were all 1/1, except the aggro decks.
Yeah, because it basically it'd be a 3-cost swap out a card for what you need at that. You know, that's still really good. Let's just be honest. Yeah.
With the 5-card limitation, I'm not so sure.
You don't think so? You think they would cut it from mid-range too?
Because then you're playing a 3-cost card that does not impact the board whatsoever, except for Shadow Merchant because it has this touch, so it's still useful against units.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Wisdom of the Elders doesn't impact the board at all. People still play that.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
Wisdom is card advantage.
Yes.
Merchants are card quality if the body is good enough.
Interesting. So we can fight about this off stream. I think that everything but aggro would still play them. Maybe some like aggressive mid-range decks would cut them as well. But interestingly though, with the nerfs to the fire and primal merchants, all the original merchants do trade with each other now, except time, which doesn't trade with anything really.
That's true. That's true. I think that's a good thing. And so I think, yeah, Genev being a 2/2, it's not as good as a blocker as it was, because that 3 attack was just like with Aegis, it's just like, oh, I can't get rid of it, and it's going to kill. I think knocking into 2/2 was fine. Ixalan Merchant. Also, yeah, go ahead.
It's also not as good as an attacker now, which is fairly important against the slower decks.
Yeah, that's the real bummer. Is like it's not as better as an attacker.
Yeah, for sure, and everything. All right, but yeah, that's the change. I think they're good. Anyone want to talk about Change Stick? Because if you are whatever, how do you pronounce it? It was now Spellcraft 5 with Spellcraft 4. They did that for a draft.
I am a known draft hater and not player, but I hear people hate that card in draft, so you're welcome.
Yeah, it's a good change for draft.
Cool. All right, we'll leave it as that. All right.
I was a little surprised they left it in the draft packs.
Yeah.
They said in the balance change that I don't play enough draft to really know, but they said in the balance explanation that Changey Stick is an important balancing card for draft. Do you feel that way, Moosh?
I think they left it because it ties into multiple aspects of this format. Like it's a cheap renown enabler.
What is
as well as
someone who doesn't play as much draft, what does Changey Stick do? I didn't even look this up. I saw it was for draft, and I was like, I didn't even look it up. I'll be honest, that's bad prep work right there, right? So I'm just like, I only play draft a little bit. So go ahead.
Okay, so it's a 2-cost weapon for 1 primary influence that gives +1/+1 and flying to the unit, and it has Spellcraft 4. Well, it had Spellcraft 4. Now it's Spellcraft 5. So when you play it, if you pay now 5 more, you get to play a Polymorph.
Okay, I see. I can see how the draft that would be pretty good, and so
and
I can see that now. Okay, we're good now. So, but yeah,
and just the whole giving evasion to one of your units while dealing with one of theirs in just one package was a bit too much for the cost in draft.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Especially in the sun, it had its time.
Yeah, it's a late game. It's a really good late game weapon there. Okay, so definitely agree. They're all good changes. Is anyone surprised that Howling Peaks wasn't touched? Because a lot of people. This is what I was getting. I'm just gonna ask this question. I just want to know your opinions real quick. But there were some people that I was talking to, and they're like, "Wow, Howling Peaks wasn't changed," and I was like, "Well, anyway, go ahead."
Howling Peaks is fine. Howling Peaks did nothing wrong. People who are wanting Howling Peaks nerfed are just crybabies.
Moosh, any thoughts on that too?
I wouldn't put it this way.
Of course you wouldn't put it this way. The only person you're mean to is me. Do you think Howling Peaks deserves to be nerfed, though?
I don't know yet.
Oh, because you don't play the game anymore.
Exactly. I think the extension is still somewhat fresh. So I think that's the kind of thing you need a bit of time to adapt to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People are just like mad they can't play the same decks they always played, and they're not thinking about new cards.
I was like, Direwolf's not going to do anything until after a couple ECQs, and they're going to see how the top 32 look. If the top 32 is dominated by Howling Peak decks, then they might be like, okay, if like 25 out of 32, decks are, or I guess it's top 64 now, if say like over half are Howling Peak decks, they'll be like, okay, we might have to take a look. But, as I said, they're going to wait for some more data before they make a change. And it's still new, and I think there's counterplay happening too with it right now. But
yeah, exactly. There hasn't been any, there has been a few tournaments, but not that many. There hasn't been any ACQ with the format. The format is still really fresh.
Yeah.
So, just a wait and see thing.
Yep, that's what I agree. I don't know if it'll be changed or not, but it's like it depends on how the ECQ goes and if it's being dominated, because they'll want diversity for their tournaments. So that's my thought process. Anyway,
one more piece
yes.
of news before we move on to our next topic.
Yes.
It's not on the list. I'm throwing a banger in there, a surprise banger in there.
Oh, man.
Sunnyvale, Eternal Titan. Well,
I forgot to add this.
Player,
Oh my word!
Announced yesterday he is starting a community-driven team, open to the public, an Eternal. I believe it's called Friends of Eternal, and they're gonna have. So if you want to go to at Sunnyvale on Twitch and read the announcement, he'll have there. You can find links to his Discord channel for it and everything. But he's basically left Eternal Titans. Sorry, Moosh, and will be running a large community open team. So if people ask me all the time are looking for people to run deck spy and test play and whatnot and so forth, and Sunnyvale has created a space for that, and that's great. That's
cool. We will have to talk to him, maybe get him on the show sometime to talk about this. Anyway,
yeah, absolutely.
All right, I forgot to put it in there, so thank you, Bassoon, for bringing that up. And I knew I was missing something.
Back, I'm already saving your ass.
I know you are, man.
What do you think about it, Moosh?
I don't think you need to apologize to me about it.
You're not gonna miss your good friend and teammate Sunnyvale?
I mean, him not being in the team anymore doesn't mean that he's not my friend anymore.
That's not what I heard. I heard there was a blood feud.
Oh, man. Oh. I'm listening.
He just wants to stir shit.
No blood. All right. So everybody, there's no blood feud. For the podcast listeners, I'm winking very exaggeratedly into the camera. So if one of these guys, Mouche or Sunnyvale, turns up dead, we know who to call.
I think the listeners saw your wink.
There's an audio version. There's an audio only version of the show, Mouche.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
All right, that brings us to our next topic very elegantly and not at all forced. Is our good friend Mouche here? You've gotten to know him a little bit through his answers, through his dry wit so far. But I want to hear about your history with card games in general and specifically Eternal. Give us the TLDR on the man, the myth, the legend, Mouche.
Go for it, man.
TLDR. Okay.
It can be as long. It doesn't have to be TLDR. It can be as long as you want it to be, baby.
Oh, so comfy right now. Okay, so I started playing Eternal in June 2 years ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right after the nerf to Obelisk. For the
I didn't even know there was a nerf to Obelisk.
Mm-hmm. I totally forgot about that.
Well, I didn't know about it before learning from people who were in the game before I was.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I started playing early in closed beta. Don't think I don't really see anything to say about.
Okay, you said you played. Go ahead.
I just started playing early in closed beta, and
what was your deck? What was your early deck?
I think like a lot of people, I started with Rakano.
I hear that closed beta Rakano was cuckoo.
It was.
Yeah, there were a lot of different cards.
Okay, so from my perspective, last year I wasn't like super plugged into the Eternal tournament scene until like late last year. I remember watching Worlds last year and seeing this guy Mouche make an incredible run with TJP Midrange. Like we're talking like back when it had like Obelisk and Scouting Party in it.
Oh my word!
You had like some kind of like crazy abysmal like O for X start, and ended up running it back to get third in the ETS World Tournament last year. Not last year, 2 years ago in 2017.
Oh yeah, that tournament.
That they just for anybody who is new to the tournament scene, ETS Worlds in 2017 was a 2-week-long multi-format like grind fest. It looked. I was popping in and out of the stream for both weekends, and it looked like it took infinitely long.
Yeah, the first weekend was a 15-round pool.
Ooh.
It was like round robins.
Yeah, it was round robin. We were 16. Took a while.
And then you had like a crazy bad start, right?
Yeah, I won my first match, I think, round 12.
Wow. So you started 0 and 11?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay,
and basically there was this the setup was really complicated, and the way it worked, after the 15 rounds, the bottom 4 players were to play top 4 between them, and the one who won that got to play for the next week.
So after 16 rounds of round robin, they only eliminated 3 people.
The top 4 players got to directly qualify for top 8 as well.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The players in between were qualified for day 3, where there was another round robin to qualify for top 4 and for top 8.
Oh my god, what a hellish grind that was. And you ground
gruesome.
from the bottom all the way up to 3rd, right?
Yeah, not 3rd. Doesn't matter, top 8.
It wasn't 3rd? I thought okay, doesn't matter.
Okay.
It was like you made it to the top 8 double elimination bracket.
Yeah. Basically I made it to top 8 thanks to something I didn't think I liked about the tournament, which is the bottom 4 thing.
Yeah. Well, you survived a sudden death of a single elimination bracket. That's all you, dude. Good job.
It's not bad. So on the heels of that, Bassoon has brought up from the past and tweaked it the deck of the week, which is a Time Justice Primal mid-range deck. So Bassoon, we need to talk about this. Go ahead.
Oh, I do. I want to qualify this by saying after that amazing Worlds tournament run, Mouche did spend the next year just absolutely terrorizing ETS weeklies with mostly TJP mid, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, I have to give a lot of credit to my success to Manu S.
Yeah.
Because we're on the same team, and basically every week was either him giving me a deck list or me asking for a deck list and playing it.
Okay, but
and there was this crazy streak of 5 weeks where I played 5 different decks he gave me, and I defeated ETS 5 times in a row.
Okay, but every time a pilot lands an airplane, they don't look to the sky and say thanks Orville and Wilbur. So take some responsibility for your success, Mouche. You did great. You were great.
Well, I played well, but I'm not that much of a deck builder.
Okay, well, speaking of innovation and deck building, I have made what is old new again with this TJP Midrange deck before you.
So for the listeners, I'm just going to run through the list real quick, and I'm not going to give the numbers. So if you want to see the numbers, we'll have the link in the show notes. So, but you have Finest Hour, Seek Power, Awakened Student, Dusk Raider, Equivocate, Hojin Crownbreaker, Avigraft, Great Valley Smuggler, Mirror Image, Stand Together, Unseen Commando, Valkyrie Enforcer, Savita, Oreen of Kosol, and for the market, Savagery, Desert Marshal, Unseal, Polymorph, Sword of Unity. Alright, Bassoon, take it away.
Alright, so the market's bad. I don't know about the market, I just threw it together. Desert Marshal almost certainly needs to stay in there, but literally every other card can be replaced, except maybe Sword of Unity, that should stay. But the other 3 cards, do what you want with those, I don't know.
Yes.
But straightforward game plan. You have 12 2-drops. You have like a butt ton of 3-drops, and then Svetya top end. You have mirror images to copy your scary guys. Mirror image actually activates Renown on Hojan, which is really cute, and I have used that just for the power before.
Ooh.
And then another really cute activator, another cute interaction is the Avigraft and the Great Valley Smuggler. Great Valley Smuggler has the text +1/+1 while you have a relic. And Avigraft, your Avigraft that you play on your opponent actually interacts with that text on Great Valley Smuggler, so you can have a 4/4 for 3, which is always pretty good.
I like it. I've played a couple of games with this today because you sent me the list, and I'm like, oh, I gotta try this. This looks spicy. I agree that definitely keep Desert Marshal in the market because that was key in a victory. I had someone who had the I can't think of the name. My mind went just blank, but it said 3 mana, 3/4. You pay 8 to exhaust it, and it plays a minion. Oh, what is it? Yeah, Seraph. Thank you. Yes, and I couldn't think of it. I was like, that was one of my favorite cards. So sorry about that. Anyway, Seraph, yes, and the person popped a flyer out, and I had some Unseen Commandos on the board. I just needed to do 5 more damage, and I threw the Desert Marshal down and took care of it and won the game. So Desert Marshal definitely stays in there. This is to be played more like an aggro deck, right? In that sense,
this is aggro midrange. Yeah.
Aggro midrange, okay. And so the only thing, like, all the cards I like in it, I just feel like Equivocate is really good. It's just that card's insane right now. I think changes Vara's, so for aggro midrange decks, you have to deal with it. It's a good card. Mirror Image, I liked it. What did I do the Mirror Image on? Oh, Awakened Student. A Mirror Image on Awakened Student is always good, especially when it's like a 6/6 or a 5/5 or something, and you just throw it on there and then play a power, and it's like, oh, I got, another
way.
Yeah,
what always made TJP midrange good is you playing 3 colors, and then you're just playing the best cards at each cost for those colors, right? So
yeah.
So Mirror Image, you're not going to have a bad Mirror Image target because all your cards are good. Sorry, what did you have to say, Mush?
From this list, I think there are 2 things I'd change.
Okay.
Besides the power base.
Don't you dare say Diplo Seals to me on my podcast.
I didn't. You did.
Alright, what else would you change?
I think this deck would make more profit of Backlash as your counterspell.
I thought about it, but I didn't want to get Avigrafted. Avigraft was the reason I changed Backlash into Unseal. Originally, it did have Backlash.
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Still
think this. Yeah, I guess I haven't played enough to realize that Avigraft is heavily played right now.
It is.
And talking about Avigraft, I think because of the curve, this deck wants Vanquish more.
Well, here's what I built this deck with Avigraft in mind because the thing, in my opinion, that really killed TJP midrange is Vara, right? And like Vara and Titan decks. And Avigraft like solves that problem permanently for the most part.
Yeah.
Well, not this. It solves the problem, kind of. It's really complicated. I think the fact that your removal is cheaper will matter more in the long run than the pseudo prison ability you get from Avigraft. Yeah,
it's worth thinking about. I definitely haven't played enough games with it to know. I wanted to try the deck was an experiment to see if TJP mid was better with Avigraft. Now that it kind of makes it harder to play the multiple copies of the things that really kill it.
Also, because of the prevalence of Avigraft, people are more incentivized to play ways to answer it. Like, you see more boars now, I think. And having your removal give a blocker to your opponent, a flying blocker in a deck that wants to mostly attack in the air.
That is a bummer. That has complicated my life before, Moosh.
You have to think about too. They're playing a lot of decks are playing Display of Ambition, which can does 2 damage to you. One of the things is it can do 2 damage to you and basically resurrect 2 creatures from your void. And so having Varus coming back over and over is a problem too. And so Avigraft deals with that, but the downside is those decks also play Boar. And so it's kind of like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, usually you're trying to win before the tempo loss that they get from going into their market and getting Boar and killing Avigraft. Hopefully, you've got them on a timer by then anyway.
So, what do you think about Permafrost in this deck? Do you think with the Great Valley Smuggler, does that the interaction with that maybe too? Would that, you think?
That Savagery could very easily just be a Permafrost. I've never played the Savagery from the market.
Okay.
I've never played it.
Would be easier on the power base for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of things we can do about it. One caveat about this deck, if you're going to take it onto ladder, I think it does have a decent matchup against FJS. I think it does beat the slower Peaks decks. It has a pretty abysmal matchup against Rakano aggro, and that's somewhat popular right now, for some reason.
Having a threat in the market would also be good.
I thought about putting like a Shelter Wing Rider in there.
Could be decent.
Is that a threatening enough card? Were you thinking a bigger threat?
No, that's in the range of what I'd consider like a 4 or 5 drop. Probably unit. Could be something else.
What else would you think about putting in there?
Well, I'm not thinking about something specific, but
just something big and scary.
If you want to another threat, it doesn't necessarily need to be a unit. It could be something that attacks from another angle, like having a sight if there's one that's good enough, for example.
I thought about Torgov. Just the Torgov sight just didn't do enough. There is like isn't there like there's a time sight that like makes all your stuff cost 1 less. I'm not sure that really impacted the board enough in the moment either.
Yeah, I don't think the cards you get from it are that good either.
No.
But
Okay, but
yeah.
The point is that there's a lot of room for tweaks and changes and innovation, and I think that's one of the things that made this kind of deck appealing to you when you were grinding a lot of tournaments, right, Moosh?
Yeah, that kind of deck has several good things going for it. The fact that it's a good, consistent, proactive deck does a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and there's still a good amount of play to it. Like, that's basically a mid-range deck with a fairly cheap curve, so you have options. And having more options leaves play for outplaying your opponent. Like, having more room for outplaying your opponent.
Yeah, I agree. And that's I mean, any deck that rewards like tight play and intelligent play is a fun one to be playing, right?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we'll be playing this deck in a few minutes here. And so let's move on to our sign-offs or shout-outs, where to find us, and then we'll move into that. So Moosh, can they find you anywhere on social media, or are you kind of like avoiding that like the plague, which is, I don't blame you either.
I have a Twitter account that I don't use. I used to stream draft on my Twitch account.
But are you usually can be found in what and Bassoon's chat when he's streaming, maybe? Is that the best place?
Oh, Moosh loves to bully me in my chat.
Okay. And so,
you ask for it.
So
sometimes me existing, you guys interpret as me asking for it.
So yeah, so if you're looking for Moosh, go watch Bassoon's stream. You'll find him there harassing.
I miss Mouche streams though. I hope you find the fire to start doing them again. For anybody somewhat newer to the scene, Mouche used to just play video game music and chill playing Draft. It was a very chill stream, and it was cool to hang out in.
That sounds really nice. Yes, you need to do it again, Mouche. I would enjoy that.
I can't promise anything, but
we're trying to pressure him. We're trying to.
We're working on it, Chad.
We're working on it.
Okay.
I am thinking about it, but it's not really one of my priority when I'm not playing that much these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
I hope you don't force it, but I do hope something lights a fire under you in the future. Maybe all the tournaments and competitions coming up will get that fire lit in you again, because you are one of my favorite players to watch.
For sure.
Well,
Cool.
I am flattered.
So Bassoon, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at HumanVenipede. It is the funniest handle on the website. You can follow my stream at twitch.tv/BassoonBuffoon. I have a Discord. You go to my chat, type !Discord. You can find me there. Thanks for listening, and I'm very excited for another fun year of interviews and punts.
For sure. For me, you can find me on Twitter at WhatTheDeckHS. You also can find me in the Discord. We have a Discord, From the Void Podcast. If you just go to FromTheVoidPodcast.com, there's a link there to our Discord. You can check out our past episodes. We talk about decks, other random things. It's a great place to hang out. Lots of good people there. Don't forget, we have a sister cast, which is at HeroPower_cast on Twitter and HeroPowerCast.com or HeroPowerHS.com, which is a Hearthstone podcast. So if you're in Hearthstone, go check that out. They're great people. So thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. We are about to go into our gameplay portion. Mouche, thank you so much for joining us. We greatly enjoyed your perspective, your talk on things, so thank you.
Well, thanks for having me. That was a pleasure.
No problem. All right, this is it. So
Are you
next,
gonna stick around and help me and point out my misplays during the gameplay part, Moosh?
I don't want to steal the show.
No, you're supposed to stay.
You're supposed to.
Okay,
There
so
you go. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week from the Void. All right, there we go, guys.
all right, so
Later,
we're
guys.
gonna try and play 3 games real quick and just do it. If you have to go, you can go, Moosh. I'm not trying to steal your whole life.
No, I don't have to go. Don't worry.
All right. Are we still friends on the game, Moosh?
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right.
I would have removed you. Okay, because I'll be doing the playing, unless Navillus just really wants to get it.
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna queue up now. Are you ready to go?
I am opening the client. The client is going to the main screen. Hang on 1 second here. It is loading and initializing data.
I guess you have tried sharing your screen on Discord already.
Yeah, it's on.
It just takes a little less CPU to just spectate in game. It's a little cleaner.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. I'm ready for you.
All right. Queuing.
We will.
Oh no! It's taking so long. My MMR.
What is
You
going
guys-
on?
I'm really excited to play some Eternal coming up in the near future. I'm excited for the ECQ. I'm excited for to try and do well in the ETS. But man, oh man, do I just want to go back and play Octopath Traveler like forever.
Dude, I've been playing Valkyria Chronicles. If you like Fire Emblem or anything like that, or Advance Wars, the game is for you. It's good.
Okay.
So if you like it's an RPG too. So, but it's more of a strategy based. But Octopath, I've been on the fence about getting that, man. Like, I want to get it, but I don't know if I want to like disappear for 80 hours.
It's so good, dude. I thought I was gonna take it nice and slow and play it over the course of like a long period of time, and like it's all I want to do. Just
Ooh.
just play it. You like RPGs, Moosh? Have you played Octopath yet?
I don't have a Wii U.
Oh, well, it's a Switch game, but I assume you don't have that either.
Well, I don't have a Switch.
Yes. You gotta get with the cool kids and get a Switch, you know.
Yeah, you need money for that.
That is true too. All right.
That's okay. I didn't have the money to buy my own Switch either. I asked my daddy for one.
Ooh.
Why would you swing?
If they have a torch in hand, maybe. I mean, would they kill it? Never mind.
Well, they should have torched.
Unless he has like the.
Why did they do
that right there?
Oh, they have. Okay. I thought they were gonna play the draft spell, the amplify spell. Well, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I should have blocked the 2-1. Okay.
Zeroshio on the stream say, "Yeah, get with the cool kids and Bassoon."
Wow. I'm being bullied in my own podcast. I can't handle this anymore.
Oh man. Wow, he's just going all out. Just.
Oh no. All right. So I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and just hope everything works out. All right. So while Moosh's client to update will
Yeah, it's here. I like Savita in this list. Oh, look at that!
Oh,
Whoa! Whoa!
He just
Whoa!
gave up.
What in the world?
What did I miss?
I won a game of Eternal.
Congratulations.
I don't know why. I was in a losing position.
Maybe their hand was just garbage, basically, and
Yeah. You play 2 Svetyas and Skycrag concedes. They don't have anything for it.
they're like, "Well, I can't attack," and they're just gonna. Oh, what in the world?
Let's hear your name. They were too intimidating.
They're like, they just realized halfway through it was Bassoon, and they're like, "Oh, nope, I can't."
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna queue up another game. 1-0. So
Yes.
it's a long running lore in this game, in this podcast, Moosh. We games per episode. Hideo Kojima. How could we ever win? Ever gone 3-0? It's
No.
Well, you haven't seen my last letter.
Okay. The only. TJP mid.
Let's see here.
Either.
What does the person have here? All right.
I think piercing shot is in the. Okay, so do I just?
Well, you need to put pressure on them, so...
Yeah, I think a while ago, I think it was Aether Llama published a Skycrag burn list that had piercing shots and the double damage weapon in it, and I think that's what this is.
We get to play Banner. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, they're stuck on power. I didn't notice.
Oh, that's nice. All right, we got.
I swing here?
Well, you play Ojan first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can. I'm so sorry, opponent.
Oh no! fact that it is unlike me to play it. Peak Yeti is on my stream.
Well, you want to play that power.
Why?
I guess you can keep it for...
I'm mad if I draw a merchant.
Here we go.
Alright, now I can play that power.
To keep stand up.
So do I keep power for... Now that I'm at 6, do I hold power for merchants, or do I play power for the Svetya Ultimate?
Bro.
Woo!
So, I think opponents... Well, they're not... They are not winning this game. And now we play stand, for sure.
Yeah, because that's a timer. I think I'm gonna play the power and try and hit 8.
Nah, you'd rather keep it. You're gonna attack it. You're not activating Stevia.
Oh, I always forget that her ultimate exhausts. It's not even an ultimate. That's the craziest part.
So we are just waiting to see.
Okay. So now this is where they angrily rope because TJP is not a thing that should exist anymore.
Come on, Kojima, really?
I'm too busy making another Metal Gear game.
Wow. Come on, we're one turn away from a 2-0. It's okay. It's okay. We can sit here and chill. We can be like, so how far?
What's everyone gonna do after this?
I'm going out with a friend for coffee, dinner, something like that. So yeah,
I love coffee and dinner.
Yeah, there's a coffee shop here. Have you heard of it called Vienna Coffee Shop? It's kind of down.
I love Vienna, dude.
Okay, yeah. But they do like food there too. So the person she's like, is there food there? And so my wife and I are going out there to possibly eat and have coffee and just chill with that person. So it'd be good stuff.
They have a good breakfast burrito.
Ooh, I'll have to try that. What about you, Mouche? What do you got? I'm sorry, go ahead.
If your answer to that is that you like coffee and dinner, does that mean you don't like friends?
It's not that I don't like friends, it's that I don't have any.
Alright, we're 2-0, so let's make this a 3-0.
And I'm Diamond 2 now.
Very nice. Very nice.
Good job.
Yeah.
Alright, I still don't have 30,000 gold for the ECQ. Oh, I did. I have 30,000 gold now even for the ECQ. I'm ready to go. Alright, let's queue up our third and final game of the podcast. Our first 3-0, is it time? I have gone first all 3 games, so this is very good.
That's good. Okay, 2 days ago, I went second 12 games in a row. I
saw you complaining to Viral Digital about that.
I was so upset.
Baby. I wanted to make fun of you so bad.
But it was just second, then second. And I'm like, okay, come on, really? I can understand maybe 4 or 5 times, but it was after the 10th time, I was so upset. I was like, and the worst thing is, I was like, okay, mid-range not doing this. I switched to an aggro deck. After 5 games, I was going second every game with an aggro deck. I'm like, I can't, I'm like, what am I...
What a dweeb. Everybody at Navillus at WhatTheDeckHS on Twitter every time you go second for the rest of the week is punishment.
Get all these notifications, just like someone just tags me or something. I'm like, oh man. I'll blame you.
What do I want out of the market?
Playing against Scream, I guess, so Marshall is good here.
Yeah. Did you play any TJP versus Haunted Highway back when they both existed?
I did.
What was that? How was that matchup?
Well, when I played Scream, nobody was playing TJP Midrange, so... But the matchup wasn't good for Scream. So it was a good thing that nobody was playing that.
Oh man, I don't know what I want to sign. I let this hit, but
Yeah.
now I don't know what I want to silence with Desert Marshal. I guess now it's the Berserker, right? The Raider.
I think
Sounds
so.
good
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. I think you have to.
And then I go into the market maybe and get
And get
an
sword.
unseat. Oh, sword.
Yep.
Well, you wanted to attack first, I think.
Really? Oh, I wasn't planning on attacking at all.
Well, then don't attack. Okay.
I am gonna throw away the finest hour, right?
Yes. Because the
Sure.
live steal is better? Yeah. We sound very confident on that, by the way.
Yeah. I have very few games with this deck and this matchup, so I'm a comfort player. I need experience.
Oh.
Okay, that's not the worst thing that's ever happened.
Oh, that's bad.
That's not the worst thing that's ever happened.
Well, you're gonna block and they're gonna combust and we're gonna be sad.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about the combust. Well, here.
Yeah, that's a legal play.
They couldn't combust now. So, and now I can't lose, right?
Well, you can lose, but
No, there's no way.
we're in a decent spot, at least.
So, oh no! Oh no, they had the second torch.
And the druid as well.
Oh yeah, because there weren't any pauses. That's a bummer. Do I put the tactic away and get unseal?
That sounds... I mean, that's decent. I mean... I say go for it.
I think I like that.
Okay. I'm gonna hold the mirror image though. Bah! I can't unseal that, right?
You have to.
Do you think they would? What do you think they would? What? Who plays this card now?
Doesn't matter what they would pick, you don't want to give them the option.
This is where
Also-
permafrost in the market would be good.
No, I'm polymorphing this 3/2.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I like that.
And this way I don't have to give them cards with Nightfall.
Oh, that works. Okay.
Yikes. Okay, I would very much like to draw Avigraft now.
Okay.
That's not an Avigraft. That's a Valkyrie Enforcer on top.
Okay. Oh my word.
Yikes! Oh, that's so annoying!
Or,
This guy just drew everything!
well, we're dead. Oh,
Oh
Or
my
that.
word.
Lame.
Oh
This guy had
man.
everything!
Wow. Wow. Still can't get that 3-0. Oh my word.
Then they drew the torch to punish us because they still had combust. Garbage!
you know the fun part?
This game's terrible.
The turn they played
What'd you say?
the turn they played Madness, you didn't block properly. We took 2 extra damage.
We took 2 extra damage.
You blocked champion with Marshall and champ with Periphery.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm terrible.
Well, there we go. We went 2-1. Still that elusive 3-0 is still out there. So maybe by the 100th episode we might have it. So and everything.
All right,
anyway.
thanks for being here, Moosh.
You'll get there for season 2.
So thanks everyone.
I love you very much, and thank you for sticking around, YouTube viewers.
Yes, thank you. Have a good day, everyone, or good night, or whenever you're watching this. Later.
Yeah,
Bye.
see you later.